Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you for being here today. Let's get a quick peek at the energy and see what would be helpful. This reading's timeless. Whenever it finds you, it's the right time. See what resonates, leave what doesn't. Always follow and trust the divine inner guidance in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. This reading is going to be a quick peek. So let's begin. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the opening energy that would be helpful today? Please and thank you. Tick tock, tick tock. Something's on the clock. Maybe it's being off the clock. Maybe there's somebody that needs a little time to think, time to process a situation. Maybe that's you. Maybe somebody takes a long time and you feel like that cycle has been a long dry spell. But whoever is healing here is progressing. Whoever is healing here from a situation is starting to feel better. I also feel like pretty soon, if that clock stopped, if that clock got stuck, if it felt like it was taken for evs, there's something where something is going to snap back into action. I feel like there's going to be an alarm that it's time to move, alarm to have a certain conversation or expression needs time. Yeah. That's your alarm. Something's going to happen really fast. I feel like if something was really quiet, I just hear like a tick, 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 and then silence. I guess this is energy that I'm getting. It was like something was kind of moving, you know, it had its rhythm, but it was kind of quiet, and then just nothing, like crickets. I feel like those crickets are going to turn into a lightning storm. This is where something happens all of a sudden really fast. I do feel like for some of you, you have healthy choices at the bottom here. Making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, and being happier. That's that healing. I feel like this is you. And I do feel like for some of you, you've had a lot of transformation. I am kind of getting that like awesome tower where you thought love wasn't going to come in, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here it comes. Or it could be if you had silence between you and a certain person, here they come, out of nowhere. I feel like somebody heard that alarm and they know they have to like mend something, fix something, come clean, have a conversation, fill in the gaps, catch up on what was happening in that space where the crickets were really loud or the silence was really loud. It could be a surprise coming in for you. Maybe you have that surprise for somebody else. Maybe you're the one hearing the alarm and you're like, I gotta move. I gotta, knock on that door, have a conversation. Whether that's somebody you already know or somebody new coming into the mix. It's where somebody has a big old epiphany out of nowhere. Maybe you're hearing something shocking. Shocking news that you didn't expect. Let's go to the tarot. Let's see what's going on. What is going on with this sudden change? It could also be, I am getting for some of you, if this is just a friend or someone you know, maybe even somebody you had the flirts with, but they were not available, maybe in a partnership, in a situationship, whatever that is. I feel like maybe for some of you, you hear that someone is suddenly single. Maybe that's you, suddenly single. Let's see. Let's get a few tarot messages to see what this is about. Let's ask about, I like that somebody's making healthier choices. I feel like if there was time that somebody took to heal, it was to do some deep introspection, maybe come up with that epiphany on all that was learned, how a certain situation had a lot of value, whether it was beautiful or weird as hell. And I feel like it helped somebody learn a lot about themselves, maybe even face some shadow aspects, or they were mirrored on things they didn't want to see before, and now once that mirror was held up, there's a big change in how somebody moves, or what somebody recognizes as far as being healthy choices or red flags. I feel like somebody set some beautiful, healthy boundaries for themselves, and I feel like that's actually going to be really I actually just heard sexy. Sexy, you know, to see somebody's strength, that they have self-love, self-care, healthy choices, like their own rules. But it's more like guidance than these are the rules. I feel like those rules are kind of flexible depending on who they're for. Self-love, self-care, and just being happier. Whoever is, you know, making these healthy choices, I'm getting a really positive energy. I feel like it's a lot of strength. It looks nurturing, like it's growing. Something is blossoming there. Grounded. I feel like if somebody has somebody that feels really right, even if it has this electricity and, you know, a little chemistry in the mix, there's something also really grounded, because I see the lightning rod. This person is sort of just sitting there on the ground with the garden in front of her. I feel like if somebody recognizes that a beautiful person that they vibe with comes into their life, I feel like it's a healthy progression, and I actually feel like they're going to seize that opportunity, ask that person out, take a chance. Tell us what's going on. Let's get a couple of messages. Yeah, somebody is going to definitely recognize an opportunity. That's somebody who is going to start to build on a solid foundation. Sometimes this is a divine union. It's that soul connection. It's where you feel like you can dance free with a person. It's where there's that freedom, but I'm getting that space where it's, I don't know, like peaceful and warm, uplifting. It feels like music where somebody has all the freedom to go if they want, but they always choose to come back because it feels so good here. These are the moments you embrace, that you remember, that you feel so grateful that you get to have. Sometimes this is a marriage. You know, it's that dancing under the gazebo or out on the veranda, underneath the stars, you know, in the sparkly sunshine. It's vibrant. It's really beautiful. I feel like if it's upside down, it's just somebody who let a moment pass them by, never asked that person out, never showed up for the date, got in their own way, negative self-talk, or no, that looks so beautiful, it can never really work out, so I won't even go. It never works out anyway. It's somebody who's like kind of like getting in their own way of beautiful blessings that could be the biggest sparkle of their spirit ever. But you have to say yes to that dance. You have to show up on the date. You have to get on the platform and boogie with this person here. Leave the castle. Connect to nature. Really be in that moment where that vibration is just all sparkle. I'm even getting that there's something about like dancing in the rain, even if it's, you know, that party you thought you're going to be outside and dancing with. I feel like if it rains, it's almost like a cleansing energy. So no matter what the energetic weather is, it's more like making that lemonade out of the lemons. Why is the Four of Rods here? It's such a beautiful energy. I just heard dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight, but I feel the moment right. That's a divine partnership. You got Temperance here. There is something coming in where it's the beautiful emergence or merging of the masculine, the feminine, getting rid of any kind of impure lead heavy ass energy and changing it to gold. It's also with that crown on the mountain back there. Anything that was an obstacle or getting in the way, I just saw this as a trampoline. You're getting the spiritual trampoline to just jump over that obstacle. It could also be where if you have somebody you are connecting to, that maybe they help you get through obstacles because they have a totally different perspective. It's where you are 1 foot on the ground, connected to the earth. 1 toe in, maybe that angel needs to jump on into the water instead of just sticking in a little toe and testing it out. When Temperance comes in, it's finding the Goldilocks zone. It is somebody that has an epiphany moment here, recognizes they have angelic and divine protection in a situation, and it's always trying to figure out that center point. Knowing if one day, you know, a little too hot out there, you need to take that dance into the basement and put the AC on, then you change it up. You switch the song if it's not the right vibe. You know, maybe one day it's a slow song. Maybe the next day, you know, you do the salsa. But Temperance is where maybe there's different emotions throughout the day, or different people involved, different situations you go through. You have to find that center, that as above, so below, as within, so without. I love the energy. Look at what's at the bottom. You got a partnership. You got the Two of Cups. You have a healing energy coming through with a certain person, or because of a certain person. All my cards are blowing all over. And maybe this is a person that suddenly arrives in your life and you feel like this was heaven sent, where this is a situation divinely guided. You know, throughout every experience you get to have, you're seeing eye to eye, you're hand in hand, heart to heart, making the choice to be together because you enjoy the time you vibe and groove with that person. This is definitely something where you have a lot of strength, and it's that energy of freedom. You can fly with this person. There's no need to restrict somebody or hold someone down or try to make somebody feel a certain way. It's just, you feel how you feel. Hopefully these two people feel the same. It looks like they do. And there's something about being comfortable. I feel like this like sharp mountain that was in the back, maybe there was a certain situation. I see that somebody made a mountain out of a molehill. I feel like something is now just kind of rolling, like the rolling planes. Maybe some of you are taking a plane, or this is a situation that's simple. It's like a simple kind of love. I just thought of simple kind of life. There's something about a partner or a person in your life or coming in where it's flowing, even if you're extremely different. You know, one's kind of an extrovert, one's kind of an introvert, one kind of up there in the ether, flying like the angel in the ethereal realm, and the other is really grounded in, you know, 5D, 3D, and the 3D earth. But that's good because that helps all that insight that maybe comes from the other person or oneself to get grounded and become real dreams coming true. I'm getting a little stumbly with my words at the end, so maybe somebody even gets it tongue-tied. Maybe it's not even about the words, it's just about the vibes. It's just about the way you feel about a certain person. Maybe this is even somebody really unusual for you. Our souls know who's meant to come in your life at whatever chapter that is, because it fulfills your heart. It's like a soul contract, but it's hard to sometimes put into words why you fell in love with a certain person. Sometimes it makes no logical sense. It's just an is. So I have to get going. I hope this reading was helpful. Today we're going to get you one more message from the universe. What is one more message from the universe? I got to go get all of my cards from all over the grass. Hopefully I find them all. Woo! So if you want to be more successful in your life, your priority should be to focus your mindset on all that you want to attract. It's that positive mindset, not the naysayer, it could never happen. Of course you can have your happily ever after, and it can be reality. Trust that more is happening than what you can see. Many forces are at work in your favor. Allow them to help you. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.